Hello, this is Raymond Aaron, and welcome back to the fourth and final segment of this syndicated Create Your Own Economy radio show. I am Raymond Aaron, a New York Times top 10 best-selling author. I was born in Toronto. I've lived in Toronto all my life. I'm a very proud Canadian. For the last 31 years, I've been teaching around the world my true wealth principles so that you and others around the world and across Canada and right here in Toronto can create the wealth you want, especially in these somewhat troubled times. Things have happened lately. Oil prices have collapsed, and my colleagues and clients in Alberta are all frightened. And ISIS is causing everyone to be frightened. There are so many changes going on. The Swiss franc has skyrocketed, causing foreign exchanges around the world to all shut down. Lots of things are happening. The social media world is changing faster than you could ever imagine. Tesla has created a car that has disrupted the entire automotive industry. And you might say, well, what does that got to do with me? And the answer is every change anywhere in the world can have a profound impact on you, especially an impact that you don't quite realize. And so, regardless of what's going on in the world, I want you to thrive. And so, I teach you true wealth principles so that you can thrive like I do, regardless of the cataclysmic changes that are going on in the world. So it doesn't actually matter to me what giant things are going on in the world. It doesn't matter to me whether the Swiss franc rises or falls. It doesn't matter to me whether oil prices rise or fall. What I know is because I run my many businesses correctly, I make money in good times and in bad. And we have had good times and we have had bad, and it changes so darn fast it's hard to keep track. And so I want you to be able to not actually care whether times are good or bad. I want you to be wealthy no matter what. I want you to earn more money in 1 month this year than you earned all last year. I want money to come to you because you're being branded. And in fact, I want to introduce you to a colleague of mine. I'm sure you know her name. Her name is Laurel Langmeyer. Laurel Langmeyer, she became wildly famous because she formed a relationship with Robert Kiyosaki, and the two of them taught together for many years. And then she became even more famous because she was one of the stars of the wildly famous blockbuster hit movie The Secret. I'm sure you saw her in that movie. I'm sure you saw that movie or at least heard about it. And I asked Laurel Langmeyer, what are the secrets to success? And she said they're so simple you wouldn't believe it. You don't have to study for years. You don't have to understand really sophisticated concepts of mathematics or physics or economics. She said the basic principles of financial IQ are so simple. But even though they're simple and even though there's very few of them, the average dodo on the street out there doesn't know them. The average person doesn't know it. And as a result, most Canadians are flat dead broke. Even the ones that aren't broke, even the ones that are earning what's called a middle class income, have so much credit card debt that they can't pay it off each month. Most Canadians make their minimum payment on their credit card each month, which means they're chronically in debt no matter what they do. We've got to stop doing that. We need to learn the basic principles of financial IQ. And Laurel Langmeyer and I and others, but Laurel Langmeyer is one of the best in the world, and I'm bringing her to Toronto for you. I'm bringing Laurel Langmeyer. She lives in the United States, and she is a brilliant teacher. She teaches all around the world. I'm bringing her right here to Toronto for you for an entire weekend. And if you want to come to that weekend, I want to invite you because you're a listener to this radio station. I will invite you at absolutely no charge. And even if you're busy that weekend, I still want to give you a gift. I wrote an amazing hardcover bestseller, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love. Double Your Income, Doing What You Love. And I'm going to give you that book absolutely for free. All you have to do, now write this down, either write it down if you're driving, be really careful please, pull over on the side of the road, don't break any laws in Ontario, you're not allowed to use your cell phone, you're not allowed to do anything that distracts you from paying attention to the road, so either pull off or memorize this number. It's not hard to remember. It's very easy to remember. Or if you're at home, write it down or put it into your cell phone immediately. So listen very carefully. Simply call 1-855-70-RADIO. 1-855-70-RADIO. And when you call that number or go to the website, 1-855-70radio.com. 1-855-70radio.com. That's www.1-855-70radio.com. When you phone or go to the website, you will get my book, No Questions Asked, hardcover bestseller, instant download, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love. And if tickets are still available, you can go 2 free tickets to create your own economy right here in Toronto in April. They'll give you all the details. Laurel Langmeyer will be there because she's one of the greatest speakers in the world on financial IQ, and you'll be shocked at how easy it is. And yet, even though it's easy, you'll say to yourself, gee, I didn't know that. Gee, I thought it was the other way around. Gee, I didn't realize that. Gee, I got some of that, but not all of it. You'll be sitting in the audience, and I'll be sitting right beside you because there's no point at which you stop learning. I'm eager to learn. I'll be sitting right beside you taking notes. You'll look at me and you'll say, Raymond's taking notes? Darn right, because I want to keep up. I want to know what's going on. I want to create wealth better and better and better. And even though I know what Laurel Langmeyer's key principles to success are, I want to sit there and be able to say, yep, I know that one. Yep, I know that one. But I bet you I'll probably say, ooh, I got that one a little wrong. I'd forgotten a bit. And I want to be right up to date. I want to get it all. I want to have the branding. I want to have the vacations. I want to have the income. And I do. And I have glorious income and glorious vacations. But it's always fun to have it come in more easily. Would you like to have income coming in more easily? Would you like to have more income 1 month in this year than you had all last year? Would you like to take lots of prepaid vacations that don't hurt your credit card? Would you like to have, like I do, 40 businesses, brands, and cash gushing websites that pour money into me whether I'm on vacation or asleep? That's what's available for you. And one of the best ways I can teach it is in my book, which you can get for free, or in my amazing Create Your Own Economy workshop coming up right here in Toronto in April. So just call 1-855-70-RADIO, 1-855-70-RADIO, or 1-855-70radio.com. And you know what? Definitely the most important thing I want to say to you is that there is a way to create wealth. You don't have to be born rich. Most people who are rich weren't born rich. You need to know the simple rules for creating wealth. And I've been teaching how to create wealth around the world for the last 31 years. Why am I so successful? Because the ideas that I have truly work. The proof is that I am very wealthy, and I live right here in Toronto. You can check me out. Furthermore, my clients around the world are extremely wealthy, and they got there from doing exactly what I teach. If that's of interest to you, then how can you learn from me? Well, the answer is I write amazing books, and one of them, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love, I'm going to give away free in a minute or two. So get your pen ready, get your cell phone ready to make the call. You can do it by phone or by going to the website. So just get ready for that. I'll be telling you that in a minute. I also give speeches around the world and I give workshops. But besides the books and the speeches, the very, very best way to get the most powerful impact is by attending the workshops that I give around the world. And the biggest one is my annual Create Your Own Economy Conference. My annual Create Your Own Economy Conference. And that one is different from all the other workshops because it's 2 powerful days. I mean, all my workshops are powerful, but this one is made even more powerful because I invite some of the most amazing and high income and brilliant speaker colleagues of mine. And this time I have invited the world famous, possibly one of the most loved men in the entire world, the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, the star of the movie The Secret. You know him, Jack Canfield. Yes, Jack Canfield is coming right here to Toronto. Why? Because he's a dear friend of mine. He's one of my dearest friends. I go on vacation with him twice a year. In fact, I just got back from Hawaii with Jack Canfield, and I interviewed him. I learned a lot from him. I see that he's got some great new ideas, and I wanted his ideas to be delivered to you. And so he will be coming. And why? Because he has just created an amazing update of his great book, The Success Principles. He launched it 10 years ago, and it was an amazing success. It sold so many copies and helped so many people around the world. But he noticed after looking at the responses that he was getting from people who gave him unsolicited comments, that certain things were happening. One is the people who just read that book were learning so much and getting so much value. Another is that he noticed that it was really, really, really working. And so he did something that no one has ever done before. Instead of the 64 success principles of his original book, and to amplify each one of those, he interviewed world famous celebrities like myself, and each one of the 64 original success principles was illustrated by an example from a world famous person. Well, what he's done, and this is amazing, he's looked through all of his fan mail, and instead of having world famous celebrities give an illustration of how they employed that particular principle to success, because you might say, well, maybe they can do it, but maybe I can't. What he's done is taken ordinary people who have read his book, ordinary people who have read his book, and they are now the illustrations and examples of each of his success principles. The book is completely rewritten, it's completely updated. Why does it have to be updated? Because 10 years ago, social media hardly existed. For example, Twitter didn't even exist at all, and Facebook was just a hint. So, he's totally updated it. He's added basically new examples and gotten rid of the celeb examples so that you can see that ordinary people just reading his book can do it. And he's added wild new features. There's a whole chapter written by our friend Dr. John Gray about men-women relationships and how that relates to creating wealth. It's an amazing book, and it's going to be for sale actually in the Create Your Own Economy conference. Why? Because this conference, I'm so excited to tell you, is going to be the official Canadian launch of the 10th anniversary edition of the Success Principles. Are you interested in getting my book, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love, my hardcover bestseller by instant download access? Are you interested in attending this Create Your Own Economy workshop and seeing me and Jack Canfield in person? Then get ready. Here's the details. Simply call 1-855-70-RADIO, 1-855-70-RADIO, or go to the website 1-855-70radio.com, because not only will I be there teaching you amazing principles of wealth creation, teaching you how to have more income in 1 month this year than you had all of last year, teaching you how to take more vacations like I do. I take a 1-week vacation every month and a 1-month vacation every single year, and I'll be teaching you at this Create Your Own Economy conference exactly how you can do that, whether you believe it or not. But in addition to that, the amazing Laurel Langmeyer will be there. Maybe you've heard her name, maybe you haven't, but she's a dear friend and colleague of the world famous, most amazing wealth teacher in the entire world, Robert Kiyosaki. Laurel Langmeyer was also a star of The Secret, and her expertise is financial competence. She teaches you the very basic principles of financial competence, and you will learn from her. You'll learn from me. You'll learn from Jack Canfield. You'll learn indirectly through Laurel also the secrets of Robert Kiyosaki. It's an amazing weekend, and I'm giving away my book, and I'm giving away tickets to this amazing conference, so get this down right now. In order to get my book by instant access just by contacting us, and to get 2 free tickets if tickets are still available to Create Your Own Economy April 11th and 12th right here in Toronto, just call 1-855-70-RADIO, 1-855-70-RADIO, or 1-855-70radio.com. Hello, it's Raymond Aaron, and thank you for listening to my syndicated Create Your Own Economy radio show. I am giving away my hardcover best-selling book, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love, by instant download access. And if tickets are still available, I'm giving away 2 free tickets to my amazing weekend Create Your Own Economy conference starring world-famous Jack Canfield. Simply call 1-855-70-RADIO, 1-855-70-RADIO, or go to 1-855-70radio.com.